I cold called my way into ownership of an English football club. My name is Kyle, and today I'm talking about the continued saga of the disaster of Manchester United. Where did this all start? It started in 2005 when the Glazer family used a leveraged buyout to purchase the club. And a leveraged buyout is basically taking out a big loan so you don't have to pay all of that money yourself, and then you take that loan and that debt is sacked right on top of the club. And that is a gigantic problem because typically for a leveraged buyout, you're banking on steady and successful cash flows. Now, cash flows for football clubs operate a lot differently than a traditional business that might be selling a product, because if you're selling a product, you can improve your process, you can sell more, increase sales. But with a football club, you're taking that money, and you can do similar things, but you're taking that money and you're improving the quality of the playing squad to contend for titles. Has that debt affected the performance of Manchester United? I would say yes and no. On the yes side of the coin, they have won 5 league titles and a Champions League since the Glazers took over, so there's not a complete lack of success. On the no side, they have finished outside of the top 4, including this season, 7 times since the Glazers took over. Or, I'm sorry, not since the Glazers took over, but since their last title. Now, that is not nearly close to the quality and standard of what Manchester United is supposed to stand for. But then you have Jim Ratcliffe come in, and he purchases 27% from the Glazers, promises hundreds of millions to, pay off that debt, which is good that he's come in and paid off some of that debt that the Glazers put onto the club because, obviously you have to clear that debt. However, that's not money that you can take and improve the quality of infrastructure or anything about the club directly, because you still have to worry about paying off the debt. And then Jim Ratcliffe has to come in and worry about the past mistakes, and he's putting all of that pressure on the fans for rising ticket prices, a lack of improving infrastructure over all of these years, and cutting staff and really nickel and diming the budget, which if I'm Jim Ratcliffe and he really, really cares about Manchester United, I would offer a shareholder loan and then be able to forgive that debt, which is going to be very expensive for him to do. Some of the tax implications I'm not positive on. However, if Jim Ratcliffe really, really cared, he wouldn't make it the fans and the staff's problem of the glorious, storied Manchester United. He would take care of it himself and figure out a better way. This Manchester United situation is a complete and utter disaster, and I do not know how it's going to end.